The objective of this video is to provide you with sufficient key safety information so that you will know what to do in the event of an emergency, as well as being able to go about your duties safely. This is only a summary, and you will receive more information during your familiarization process. It's particularly important you know the ship's emergency signals and what to do if you hear them. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask a colleague or your line manager. How to raise the alarm. As crew members, you are the eyes and ears of the ship. Your quick response in raising the alarm if you come across something can make the difference between a minor incident and a full-blown emergency. There are a number of ways in which you can raise the alarm. The first is to use the nearest telephone and dial 777. This will connect you to the bridge, which is manned 24/7. When you call, stay calm and explain where you are, the nature of the incident, and who you are. Don't hang up, as you may be asked questions or be given specific instructions by the bridge officer. Trained crew will be sent to assist you. Stand by in a safe area so you can explain the situation when they get there. You can also use one of the ship's manual call points. Manual call points can be used for requesting assistance for any type of incident, not just a fire. To activate it, press firmly with your thumb. This will instantly notify the bridge that there is an incident and where it is. In the event of a fire, it's also important to notify people in the immediate area that there is a problem so that they can evacuate. You should then close fire doors to stop the fire from spreading. Alarm signals. There are a number of alarm signals that you need to know. Some will be covered in later training sessions. However, the first ones you need to know are crew alert. The continuous ringing of the ship's alarm bells informs you as a crew member that you must go to your emergency station and perform your emergency duties. Before going to your emergency station, you should return to your cabin if safe to do so, put on suitably warm clothing, followed by your high-vis gear and life jacket. General emergency signal. 7 short blasts, followed by 1 long blast over the ship's whistle and alarm bell system, informs everyone, which includes passengers and crew, that there is an emergency on board. At this point, passengers should be evacuated to their designated muster stations. If you are not already at your emergency station, you should proceed there at once. Crew muster signal. Once all passengers are mustered, you may be required to go to your muster station. If so, the captain or their deputy will make the following verbal announcement.
Attention ship's company. Except for those in fire teams, proceed to your boat and raft muster stations.
Abandoning ship. In the unlikely event of having to abandon ship, the captain or their deputy will give this verbal announcement.
Attention ship's company. Abandon ship. I repeat, abandon ship.
Life jacket. In an emergency, you are required to proceed to your emergency station wearing your life jacket. Life jackets are stored in every cabin as well as some workplaces. If for any reason you're unable to return to your cabin to collect your life jacket, spares are available by the lifeboat and life raft muster stations as well as inside the tenders. It is important that you know the correct way to put on your life jacket. It won't work if worn incorrectly. Place the life jacket over your head. Take the strap and run it around your back to then securely fasten the buckle. Pull the strap tight and tuck it into the back to prevent it getting caught. The life jacket is equipped with a light, a whistle, and reflective tape to attract attention. Escape routes. You're required to know how to get from your cabin and workplace to your emergency station. Only knowing one route isn't enough, as that route may be blocked or compromised. Every year, smoke and toxic gases kill more people than flames do. Breathing even small amounts of smoke and toxic gases can make you drowsy, disorientated, and short of breath. If you can escape without passing through smoke, you should take that route. It's much safer. If there is no other way and you find yourself already surrounded by smoke, quickly get low to the floor and follow corridor low-level lighting or photoluminescent strips to the nearest exit. Remember, Breathing even small amounts of smoke can be enough to knock you unconscious, so get low and get out. One more thing, if you come to a door that is closed, before you open it, check the door with the back of your hand. If it is hot to the touch, there is every chance that there is a fire behind it, which is why you should leave it shut and continue to find the next available exit. Emergency and muster stations. If an emergency escalates and crew members are required to muster, you will need to know how to get from your emergency station to your designated muster station. You will be shown the location of your emergency station and your muster station during your familiarization process. It's vitally important that you learn these locations as soon as possible after joining, or at any time during your contract if you change emergency duty. Fire doors. To close a fire door, make sure there are no obstructions and press the fire door release button, which are located on both sides of the door. Whilst fire doors may come in different styles and sizes, they are all operated in a similar manner. To reopen some of the sliding doors, you'll need to press and hold the red button. Watertight doors. Watertight doors are large hydraulic doors designed to prevent or restrict the flow of water from one compartment to another. Unlike an elevator door, watertight doors will not stop closing if they encounter an obstruction. This means they can seriously injure or kill you if you are caught. If a watertight door is moving, do not under any circumstances attempt to pass through. Unless you have permission from the bridge, watertight doors are not to be opened if they are closed. The only exception to this rule is in the event of an emergency and there is no other way for you to escape. Fire extinguishers. There are several different types of fire extinguisher on board, and they are each operated in a similar manner. To operate a fire extinguisher, you simply need to pull the pin, aim it at the base of the fire, and squeeze the handle. Once again, pull the pin, aim it at the base of the fire, and squeeze the handle. Tampering with equipment. Any safety equipment, including fire and watertight doors, are of paramount importance to the vessel and all those on board. This is why it is a serious disciplinary offence to tie back or otherwise obstruct a fire door or watertight door, and the same applies to interfering with any other safety equipment. Man overboard. If you see someone fall overboard or you spot someone already in the water, shout, "Man overboard!" Then, look for the nearest available lifebuoys and throw them towards the person. If there is someone nearby, stay in position to keep an eye on the person and get them to telephone 911 to report it to the bridge. If you are on your own, then you will need to find the nearest available telephone and call the bridge yourself and return to the point where you saw the person fall. Safety culture. It's not just emergencies that you need to worry about. Whether you work for the deck, engine, or hotel department, you need to remember that safety is everybody's responsibility. Your supervisor is your first point of contact when it comes to safety within your workplace. You're both responsible for making sure that you're conducting your day-to-day duties in a safe manner. This means wearing the correct personal protective equipment, or PPE for short, that you obtain the correct permissions before carrying out certain tasks, that you're trained in how to use equipment before you do so for the first time. The Saga safety culture is such that if you make a genuine mistake, we'll work together to make sure that we learn from it and prevent it from happening in the future. However, if a crew member blatantly disregards procedures or is negligent, there will be consequences. Recap. As professional crew members, your quick reaction to emergency situations will help save lives if the situation arises. At all times, stay calm and remember that your own personal safety comes first. Your training will kick in when needed, which will allow you to keep safe as well as assisting passengers and fellow crew.